a moment. All right. So let's start our training today. So first of all, when you log in to your SQL accounting, the first step that you need to do is to set up your company profile. All right. To set up your company profile, you need to go to your top left-hand side, file. After you go to file, you go to your company profile. All right, you go to your company profile. Okay, after you go to your company profile, from here, you need to double check your company name, your address, and your country for Malaysia, your postcode, and then your phone number, and then also your email address. All right, phone number at the moment, if you are starting your e-invoice at 1st of July, then phone number actually is compulsory. All right, phone number actually is compulsory for e-invoice. All right, phone number is compulsory for e-invoice. So cannot leave it blank. Once if you leave it blank, then when you want to submit your e-invoice, it cannot be submitted because it have incomplete data. All right, incomplete information. All right, take note about this. Then over here got one square white color. You can just right hand click. All right, then you can load your pictures. All right, you can load your pictures. All right, after that you can go to this report header. Then you click one time at the bottom left hand side, set report header. All right, so today I'm using dummy data. All right, so I'm using dummy data to show you all the SQL how it works lah. All right, so everything it will be automatically fetch the data from whatever that you have typed in over here. All right, whatever have you typed in over here, then when you click this set report header, it will automatically comes in. So let's say today you want your register number to be bigger. All right, if you want your register number to be bigger, you just right hand click on the white space. All right, you can press this rich text editor, and then you can highlight this numbering. Let's say now it's 8, so you want it to be 9, and you just change. You become more slightly bigger, and you press the X, and then you don't want to save changes, you just press yes. Then you will be slightly bigger. All right, so it's based on your own preference. All right, it's based on your own preference. You want it to be bigger or want it to be smaller, also can, no problem. After that, last but not least, you must go to this My Invoice tab. Right, My Invoice tab. From over here, actually we got one powerful search button. If your company, if it's registered under SSM, or also My Invoice portal, right, when you press this search, it will come out. All right, you just press OK. Then everything data, the register number, you don't need to remember also. All right, you don't need to remember also. It will automatically fetch and help you insert all this data, register number and your TIN number as well. After you confirm your TIN number and your business register number is complete, then you can just press save over here. You can just press save over here. All right. So if you are starting on your 1st of July, so make sure that your company has been registered the My Invoice portal. All right, My Invoice portal. Then if you don't know how to do the linking, all right, if you don't know how to do the linking, connect My Invoice, then please you can call us for support. All right, you can call Resolve SQL for support that to help you to do the linking. All right, to help you to do the linking, whether you want to do the production, which is a real data, or sandbox, which is testing data, also can, no problem. So you can always refer back to Resolve SQL support to help you. All right. So after done everything over here, you can just press close. All right. After that, that's the first step. The second step is you go to these tools. All right. Go to tools, and then most bottom you will see options. All right. Press these options. Then you go to this general ledger. General ledger. You need to set your financial start period. All right. You need to start your financial start period. So how to set this financial start period is see that your company whether is when is your year end. All right, let's say example today your company year end is December 31st. All right, so if your year end is December, then your financial start period, which is the next month, the next following month, which means January. All right, so if your year end is on March, then your financial start period, it should be April. All right, it should be April. So certain company that start in the middle, start in the front, or start in the late, then they might happen in between. All right, not most, but mostly 80% of the company will adjust until December. Maybe not 12 months, it will become 30 months or 60 months, or also can become 80 months for one period. Right? It can be happen. Right? It can be happen. All right. So after this, you just press OK. That's all. That is how you set your year-end. And for SQL accounting, you no need to do any so-called year-end cut-off or related to cut-off. Actually, our system will based on your year-end, which is start date, start period. It will automatically be cut off every year whenever you use your SQL accounting. All right, that's the second step. So the third step is you can go to this maintain account, right, which is chart of account, right, which is chart of account. So over here, usually client or customer will add is current asset, right, current asset. So over here, if you have more than one bank, right, if you have more than one bank, so from over here, you just highlight, right, you just highlight this cash at bank because you want to do this cash at bank as a parent account, and then under this is such sub account, right, sub account. So you just press new on my right hand side. So over here, if you don't know how to key in your GL code, actually you can just follow our SQL has been preset over here. So let's say now it's 310. So it's 310-005. Okay. So let's say I have extra bank, which is public bank, PBB. Then I just click OK. All right. Then it will be come out. So the next time when you want to do your journal entry, cash flow entry, then you will be able to select your public bank. All right, then you will be able to select your public bank. So usually current asset, and also you can scroll to the bottom, customer will also add in expenses itself. All right, customer also will add expenses. So mostly actually SQL has been insert already. So we follow commonly used by the customer and also commonly used by the accountant. All right, mostly. But if your company have special or any other out of these inside this listing, all right, inside this listing, then actually you can just add in your additional things. All right, so mostly like petrol, toll, parking, all right, or office rental, sales commission, all right, travel and accommodation. Mostly everything is inside, even office refreshment, stationery, all right, related to your expenses. So let's say today I want to add one expenses. You just highlight which is the parent account. So let's say expenses is the parent account. I click one time. Okay, if you don't know how to key in the code, then you just scroll down a bit. So now let's say the next number is 924. Then I press new. All right, then 924-000. So let's say I want to add maintenance. Then I press OK. All right, maintenance. Then I press OK, then you will be added inside. So if you have more than one or different expenses, then you can add in yourself over here. Okay, after you add in, then you can do your cash book entry or also your journal entry to pass all this journal. All right, after done this, you can close this screen. All right, so that is the three important part before you use your SQL. All right, three important part before you start your using your SQL. All right, this is the three main thing you must do first. All right, the three main thing you must do first. After you done everything, the three step, then you can go to your left hand side stock. All right, today I'm not going to talk about details in stock, but I will teach you how to create. All right, I will teach you how to create only. So you just go to this maintain stock item. Okay, you just go to this maintain stock item. So let's say I take LD white as an example. LD white. So from over here, how to key in a stock item is you need to key in the code, descriptions, and if you got grouping, all right, if you got grouping as in if you have more than one different grouping, all right, or also you want to separate out your sales, your revenue, all right, and you can key in your reference cost and reference price. So now I press one new. So let's say now popular is about S25 Ultra. Let's say Samsung 25 Ultra. Right after you key in here, then the grouping like I said is earlier. So you are if you want to separate out this is phone. So if you want to separate out sales phone, then you can split it up. Right? If you don't need to split about this, okay, if you don't need to split your item group, you can ignore all this. All right, SQL by default you will have a default. All right, SQL by default you will have default. Okay, then you can key in your reference cost and reference price. All right, you can leave it blank, you can leave it 0 also can, no problem, or you want to key in also can. Okay, so let's say example today my cost is 1000, then my reference price is 1005. All right, so make sure your reference cost is lower than your reference price. Okay, if your reference cost is higher than your reference price, then your company is going to bankruptcy very soon. Because you are purchasing in the higher cost and then you're selling in a lower price. So make sure that your cost is lower than your reference price. Okay, so this one will reflect on your purchase order, purchase invoice, all right, or your sales invoice, quotation, sales order, all right. If you got key in, if you don't key in, then you can still adjust in the invoices by the time when you create. This is just a preset, all right. This is just a preset only. Okay. Then you will see a classification over here. All right. But most of the company, 80% to 90% is only 0 to 2. All right. It's only 0 to 2 unless you are motor shop or insurance shop. Okay. So something like this. See? Or if you are related to gym, but mostly is 0 to 2, right? For tradings, right? Electrical hardware, right? Mostly is 0 to 2. Okay, even for gas. All right. So after here, you can see UOM. UOM actually is called unit of measurement. Unit of measurement. So unit of measurement, which means if you have more than one, you can just plus. Example, I purchase in by box. In a box contain of 8. Right? And then I got one more. Maybe I purchase in by dozen. So in a dozen, maybe contain of 12 unit. Okay? Contain of 12 unit. So you want to key in your cost or can? You don't want to key in also can. Next example, now I purchase 8 unit. I got a discount. So 7,500. So now I purchase by dozen. So maybe discount by 1,000. Okay, hold on. People entering. Let me admit them. Okay, so then over here, then you can just click save. Okay, if you have reference price in mind, you also can key in. If you don't have, you can just ignore it. All right, because mostly usually I maybe purchase in by box or by dozen. Okay, but I selling out is by unit only. Is by unit. Okay, then you can just close this screen. Okay, you can just close the screen. This is how you create your stock item, right? As simple as that. But I'm not going to go details on today's topic, all right? Because today's topic actually we are teaching about SQL basic accounting, all right? Then you go to your supplier over here, supplier, and then you go to your maintain supplier. You go to your maintain supplier. Okay, so over here, let me take ADY International PLT as example. So to key in your supplier, you must have their names, all right, and then you must have their addresses, okay, and then which country they are at, their postcode, extension, also phone number. Okay, email address still can be optional. All right, email address still can be optional. All right, important data or important information, I will repeat myself. So you must always take note whenever I repeat myself. Okay, because it's an important note for you all also. All right, it's an important note for you all. So let's say now I create new. So I key in my company name, Vsoft. So you will see over here got one text. Text. So text over here is the latest update that you need to update your supplier or your customer TIN number. Alright, you need to update TIN number. But thankfully you are using SQL. Okay, because SQL have one powerful function. SQL has one powerful function. You will see on my right side there's a search button. Right, this search icon is a very powerful search icon because if this company is registered under SSM and also registered under my invoice, then actually it can be searched. You see, all right? So the first one is my company name. So I press OK. So Do you want to replace? Because I just type in short form, so I just press yes. All right, then let me wait for a few seconds. It's fetching the data. Okay, give you a moment. You see, the full data will be insert. Also, you will see the business register number. Also, it will be fetched. And also the TIN number as well. That's why thankfully you are using SQL. SQL has this powerful function. Okay, so actually you no need to call and ask, hey, what is your business register number? What is your TIN number? So you ask until 1 day, 2 day, 1 week, 1 month, they also never reply. They also don't know, or they are so busy. Okay, so you can ignore this question. All right, you can ignore this question anymore. You don't need to email or no need to WhatsApp them regarding this anymore. You can just use our search button, all right, to have their business register number and also their TIN number. All right, but also what happen is certain customer or supplier, when you search, yes, they do have SSM, so their business register number will be come in, but the TIN number will be not in. All right, this one is normal because most and some of them not yet registered under my invoice portal, e-invoice. All right, some has not yet registered under TIN number yet for the my invoice. Right, it happened. Right, it will happen. So for those don't have TIN number, you can you have two options. You have two options. Okay, whether over here you want to have you want to fill in 010 general public, okay, which is Malaysia local companies without TIN number, general public. All right, 010 general public, Malaysia local companies without TIN number, or also personal, right, or also personal. So if you are dealing with foreigner, doesn't matter it's a foreign buyer or it's a foreign supplier, then you must choose accordingly, because foreigner definitely don't have TIN number. All right, foreigner definitely don't have TIN number. Okay, so after set this, then you can go to general black, general black. Okay, you just update in the addresses. Hold on, got people entering. Let me admin first. Okay, you just update them, update the company addresses. Okay, example. So attention, let's say Pine Senyong. So phone number, all right, is very important and is a compulsory. Okay, phone number, okay, is very important and compulsory. Must key in the phone number. So why phone number is compulsory is due to e-invoice. Okay, it's due to e-invoice. Okay, last time actually you can leave it blank, no problem. But now if you are starting on your 1st of July, your e-invoice, you must fill in their phone number. Doesn't matter it's an office phone number or it's a handphone phone number. Both is also accepted. Okay, doesn't matter it's an office number or it's a telephone number. Both is accepted as long as it's a phone number. All right, else when you want to do submission for the e-invoice, it cannot be submitted. Okay, so email address at the moment is optional, but because this phone number just update recently from the last month, become compulsory. So if you have email address for your supplier, okay, you just fill in just in case suddenly they say, oh, your email address must also fill in. If not, you cannot submit e-invoice. It will happen. Okay, it will happen. So just fill in as much data as you can to prevent any hiccups whenever you want to do the submission for e-invoice. Okay. All right. Then over here, then you will see e-invoice submission over here. Okay. So e-invoice submission over here segregated into two parts. Okay, segregated into two parts. One is called self-bill, one is called consolidated. Okay, self-bill and consolidate. Self-bill, you just need to remember two important parts. All right, two important types. Okay, the first type is Malaysia local company with TIN number. Malaysia local company with TIN number. That's the first type. The second type is foreigner. All right, foreigner supplier or buyer. Okay, is also self-bill. Okay, if you are dealing with overseas company also consider self-bill because they definitely don't have TIN number. That's the first thing. The second thing is they definitely don't know what is TIN number. They don't know what is e-invoice. They don't know submit. You ask them, they also don't know. So this is your own responsibility to do submission. Okay. Okay. So take note about this self-view. Okay, just two important type will do at the moment. So you no need to remember so much. Okay. So consolidate is you just need to remember one important point. Okay, just need to remember one important point. That is Malaysia local company or personal, right? Without TIN number. Okay, the first one is for the self bill is with TIN number. All right, for the consolidate is without TIN number. Okay, without TIN number. So this one because have TIN number, so I can select self bill. Okay, okay, understand? So I repeat myself for the one more time. For the e-invoice submission, self bill. All right, you just remember two types. The first type is Malaysia local company or personal. Okay, sorry, Malaysia local companies with TIN number. Okay, that's the first type. The second type is a foreigner or overseas companies. Okay, doesn't matter is a supplier or buyer, is considered as self-bill. Okay, and then for consolidate is Malaysia local companies. Okay, without TIN number. Okay, without TIN number. That's just one type. Just remember this will do. All right, as simple as that. Okay, and then you will see classification over here. So mostly of the company, all right, 80% to 90% also, it will fall into 036. It will fall into 036, right? Self-bill others. Okay, self-bill others will do. Okay, and then most of the people, and then they will ask, hey, how about MSIC code? Okay, only applicable to supplier only. Okay, if you ask me whether the industry code is important or not, okay, they actually is more focused on the e-invoice. Okay, so industry code is still not so important at the moment. But if you do know your supplier MSIC code, then actually you can just fill in the code itself. If you don't know, then actually you just put not applicable. Okay, applicable. Okay, and then you just click save. All right, end of story. Then close the screen. This is how you key in your maintain supplier. And then the second step is you need to create your customer. All right, there's a one trick to know how to use SQL accounting. Once you know how to use supplier, how to key in your supplier, then eventually for the customer, actually you will know and you will understand how to create also, because it's the same thing. Okay, you just go to your maintain customer. All right, let's say I take a home furnishing as an example. Okay, see, actually everything is identical, everything is the same. Okay, once you master how to key in your maintain supplier, then you will eventually know how to key in your maintain customer. Okay, you can press new on my right hand side, everything new, edit, delete, save, cancel, you will be on my right hand side. And you just press new. Let's say I search for another company. Okay, eStream. So I search. Okay. So this powerful search button, it will be available on supplier and also customer side. Okay. It will be available on supplier or customer side. So let's say I take this one. I press OK. And you ask you want to replace. Okay, you can press yes. Okay. Then the names, the register number, also the TIN number, it will magically fill up for you. Okay, for the business register number and the TIN number, it will magically fill up for you, as long as they got registered under the SSM and also they got registered under the My Invoice portal. Okay, these two important part lah. Then you go back to your general. You go back to your general over here. So if you have questions, you can write it down first. So I will have a Q&A session after my trainings end. So you can write down your questions. So after my training session end, I will have a Q&A session. So don't worry, you can write down first. So I will go through with you all with the questionnaire after this. So I will reply one by one after this. Okay. So after that, you fill up your company details. Okay. Then you key in your postcode and then attention to find who, and then okay. So over here, after you fill in your data, I got one more thing, few more things I want to say about this part. You will see area. Okay. If you want to segregate it or you want to split, this customer is under KL or Selangor or Pahang or Malacca or Singapore or US. Okay, let's say this one is under Selangor. Then I can select Selangor. And then you will see agent over here. So agent, usually we say salesperson, right? Salesperson in charge of this customer. So let's say I put Ashley. Okay. If you have currency, all right, if you have multiple of currencies, right, if you're dealing with overseas company, definitely you will have multiple currency. Then you can select your desired currency based on you are dealing with him. Okay, dealing with the company, whether it's a SGD, USD, right, TWD, right. Then the credit terms, you can press this down arrow. Okay, you will see 30 days, 60 days, or COD. If you have more than these three types, on my bottom right hand side, the red color new, you can press new. And then over here, you just key in your things. Let's say I want to put 7 days. Net 7 days. So due in a number of days, I just put 7. So after 7, it's due already. And press save. Then you can close this screen. Okay. So when I press these credit terms again, the 7 days it will appear. Okay. Then I just select this 7 days. Okay. Statement and aging on. Okay. You can just leave it as it is. Okay. You can just leave it as it is. Right. Then you will see the e-invoice submission. E-invoice submission. So e-invoice over here, you can see there's a two type. Actually, the same thing that I told you all about. Okay, just remember the few point actually is identical. Same with the customer. Right? For the e-invoice submission, there's a two type. The first type is Malaysia local with TIN number. Malaysia local with TIN number. Okay, that's the first type. The second type is foreigner or overseas company. A foreigner or overseas company then is fall under category of e-invoice. Right? E-invoice is one by one to submit. Okay, and then you will see consolidate. Consolidate is Malaysia local without TIN number. Alright, Malaysia local without TIN number is fall under consolidate. Okay, remember this few point. That's all. End of story. Alright, don't call and ask me, hey, Senyong, the foreigner don't have TIN number. Can I put consolidate? This one cannot. Okay, this one rules is not set by me. Okay, these rules, everything is set by our beloved government. Okay, we also just follow their rules and regulation. Okay, we just follow their rules and regulation. All right, so this one because have TIN number, so I select e-invoice. Okay, after you double check, no problem, no problem, everything done, then you just press save button on my right hand side. Okay, then you can close the screen. Okay, after you done your supplier and customer, then you can go to your purchase. It's time to purchase your stock of goods sold. Okay, cost of goods sold are easy to say. So you will see a lot of things over here. All right, you will see purchase request, purchase order, good receive, purchase invoice. All right, if your company policy doesn't say, oh, you must follow A until Z, or if they say you can directly just do purchase invoice, then why not? Actually, you can just do directly purchase invoice. You don't need to do step by step. Oh, I from purchase request and then I do purchase order, or and then I do good receive, or and then I do purchase invoice. Most of the company that I encountered, everything actually mostly they will directly use purchase invoice. Just certain times they will use purchase order because due to the supplier needs. Okay, but today I'm going to show you all from purchase request to PO to good receive to purchase invoice. So let's say I go inside this purchase request. Okay, so you will see over here. So let's say I press a new. Okay, purchase request, actually you got fill in your supplier or don't have, also can, no problem. So let's say just now I got key in my name. Then I press. So just now I added is S25 Ultra. So you see the price over here. It will be automatically generated based on the maintained stock item. But if you realize the 1000 they got increase or decrease the price, then fret not, you just change directly. Okay, understand? So today I'm going to purchase by box, one box. Okay, I want to purchase by one box, and then press save. So I send this request to the supplier. After that, then they say, okay, no problem, can proceed with this price. Then you just right hand click on this purchase request. All right, just right hand click. Then you will see transfer to purchase order. Press this one. So you no need to re-key in the second time. Okay, remember that? You no need to re-key in for the second time. All right, you can just transfer from the purchase request. All right, then you just press save. Okay, after this, we send this purchase order to our supplier. They say, okay, you can proceed. Okay, then you just right hand click over here. Okay, actually you can skip. You can no need to follow the step. You can directly transfer to purchase invoice. Okay, example. So after you purchase invoice, so definitely they will give you invoice. So their invoice number you can fill in on your top right hand side invoice number over here. Okay, so you can just fill in their invoice number over here. All right, so you double check everything, no problem, no issue. Then you just press save. All right, actually just as simple as that. Okay, let me close this screen. Let me close this screen. Let me close this screen. So, like I said earlier on, that most of my clients that I encountered, they don't use purchase request, they don't use purchase order, they don't use good receipt, they directly use purchase invoice. Can or not? Can. System is flexible, it's user friendly for you all. All right, you just press purchase invoice. Right, everything new, edit, delete, save, cancel is on my right hand side. So you just press new over here. Okay, then you just find your supplier. All right, then you just plus over here, plus your desired stock item. Okay, let's say this one I purchased by 1000. Right, from here on to explain something. So even though you see this quantity is one, so don't worry because it will be one quantity times 12 read, right? 12 unit lah, easy to say. So it will be 1 times 12. So whenever you save this, it will become 12. So just now that we do the box, right? The box already added become 8. So once I save this purchase invoice, so your quantity will be also increased. So you will see 8 plus 12 become 20. Yeah. Okay. So don't need to worry about this one quantity. All right. Don't need to worry about this one quantity. It will automatically based on your unit of measurement or UOM. The rate itself, it will based on this. All right. Understand? So done over here. Then I will shortly show you all about my invoice because actually my topic is not covered in the my invoice, but I will show you all. So you can just click submit this e-invoice. Okay. So when you click this e-invoice, then you will see a green tick and then you will see UUID and then you see valid. Then this information, this purchase invoice already submitted to LHDN. Alright, already submitted to LHDN. This one is sandbox. Sandbox is just for testing only. So you will see this QR code. This QR code is a proof that I have submitted to LHDN. So your customer can scan. Okay, your customer, sorry, your supplier can scan. Okay. So I'm not going to go detail about my invoice. I will just like to show you all how it works. Then you will see the status over here, the valid. Okay, then you will see tick, tick which means done, completed, already submitted. Then you will see 2D. 2D actually is 2 days. Actually not 2 days but 3 days, because after you started submitting, you will have 72 hours only, whether to cancel or edit or change any amendment. All right. So for consolidate is over here. Okay, you can press this consolidate. Then anything that you want to do submission for your consolidate. Okay, so consolidate is how to submit every month of the next month. Let's say example, now is May. Now is May. So I want to submit for the submission of May is the next month, which is June. Okay, June before 7 day. Alright, before the 7th day. So the same goes to June. When you want to submit for June, consolidate, then it's July, right? July before 7th, right? It's the same apply for every month, right? It's the current month of the next month submission, and then it's before 7th day. Okay, apply. Okay, everything that you want to consolidate, it will appear. You just tick, okay, and then you just press next, and then you just press submit. Then you'll be submitting. Okay, you'll be submitting. This one you might encounter. Okay, this one is normal. Okay, because our beloved government LHDM website too much traffic. So it will happen sometimes. So let me drink water while waiting. Okay, so after you will try yourself, but if you wait more than 1 minute or 2 minutes, I would suggest you that don't waste your time. You can try again in an hour or half day, 6 hours, or next day. It's better, because sometimes it's just like traffic light. So the traffic light is spoiled. Okay, it's red light, keep red light. Okay, so you cannot move. You need to wait until green light. Okay, but the traffic light is spoiled already. So you want to wait until when? I also don't know. Okay, so it's better that you can try again in an hour or half day or tomorrow to submit. Okay, all right. So after you submit, the same thing lah. You will see valid, and then 2 days, and then tick. All right. After that, you can close this screen. You can go to your sales part now, because after you purchase your stock, you must do your sales. Right. The same things apply to your quotation, sales order, DO, invoice. Okay, actually it's the same with supplier and customer. That's the one trick, that how to use SQL easily and easy to understand. So if you master how to key in your purchase, then you will master how to key in your sales. Everything is exactly same, right? So if your company policy that you say, oh, you no need follow from A to Z, you no need to do quotation, sales order, DO, invoice. You can directly to do invoice. Also can, no problem. Right? But today I'm going to show you from A until Z. Let's say I want to do quotation. Okay. I press new. Okay. I select the customer that I created. Stream. Okay. And my item code S25 Ultra. So the thing that I mentioned earlier. So today I'm purchasing in by box or dozen. It's fine. But when I sell, I will selling by unit only. So let's say today I want to sell 5 unit. Okay, 5 unit. So today I'm doing special offer. So if you purchase 5 unit, I'm going to give you 5% discount. All right. So the total will be left 7,125 ringgit only. Okay. Then you send this quotation to this e-stream. After you send, you say, hey, can give 25 more discount. The 25 look a bit okay. Okay, can or not? Then they say, okay lah, I give you another 25 ringgit discount lah to make it as 7,100 only. So over here, actually SQL also can handle multiple level of discount level. So you no need to press your calculator. Oh, how many percent? How much? You just press plus over here, 25, and then you press enter. Then you will see magically it will become 7,100. So you no need pening, right? No need pusing kepala, no need garu kepala. How to do in our SQL can handle multiple level of discount. You want to add until 10 level, also no problem. Okay, this is how you want to play around with your SQL accounting system, no problem. Okay, then you just press save. After you press save, then you can print over here or preview over here. Select. Usually for the new user, I would like to suggest you all to please use sales quotation 3 simple or the bracket with the simple, because as simple as it is, then you will understand better. All right. So over here, the earlier that we have set, remember the company profile, the report header. All right. Then it will appear on your report header. All right. So your details, your phone number, your TIN number, also your company logo. All right. Then you scroll it down a bit. Then you will see your customer, your quotation number, attention to find who, and then you will like, thank you for your inquiry. All right. So we have submitted the earlier that we do just now. So we are selling Samsung 25 Ultra, 5 unit. Per unit is 1,500, and we give discount. Okay, so it becomes 7,100. Right. Then over here, you will see validity, delivery terms, payment terms. All right. So you can change, you can update for this validity and delivery terms. So where to update is, you edit back this quotation. On my left hand side, there is a more. Then you will see validity over here. So let's say 7 or 3 days only. Okay. And then delivery terms, you can write on the send deposit. Okay, then you press save. Then we go to preview again. All right, then I scroll it down again. Then you see the validity of this quotation only 3 days. So after 3 days, maybe the discount is not valid anymore, or even the unit per price might be increased. Okay, just play around with the system, right? The system will not have any issue, no problem. Then you the delivery terms. So upon 50% deposit, so after I receive 50% of the deposit only, I will deliver the goods for you. Okay. So the payment terms is 7 days. Just now we have added. Okay, see, so we will have extra notes. Price are subjected to change without prior notice. Okay, if you have more and more and more of the things that you want to edit or add in, then actually you can just let our support team know. Then we will help you fill in or help you as much as possible. All right. If it's a minor changes in the report, okay, we will not have any charges. But if the difficulty is very high or it's out of our scope, right? Usually we will also charge per report to customize your report. Okay. So I will roughly show you all why we charge is because this is actually the complex of the report. Okay, so if your changes is very high and difficulty is very high, right? Your demanding is very high, then you might have charges for that. But if your request is just minor thing, maybe you want to add your bank account, right? Or you want to add something, right? Terms and condition, that one still consider okay, no problem. All right, fair enough. That one consider okay, fair enough, no problem. Okay, then you send this quotation. Okay, to send this quotation, actually got few ways to send. So you will see over here, center over here. This one is to link to your WhatsApp web. So once you click this share, all right, it will automatically share to your customer. Okay, you can select your customer. All right, then your customer will receive this quotation directly. All right, your quotation will directly be received. Okay, or you want to export as PDF file, export as PDF file also can. No problem. Up to you all. Okay, done. Close. Then you just can right click the quotation. Let's say I want to skip sales order, I want to skip DO, I want to directly do sales invoice. Can or not? Can. No problem. You just transfer directly to sales invoice. Okay. Whatever that you have key in, what have you done in the quotation, so everything it will be automatically generated through the quotation itself. All right, automatically through the quotation itself. Then you just click save. All right, just like that. So if you want to print or preview your report, all right, on your top center over here, you can press preview. Okay, then as usual, you can select this simple. Right, select with the bracket with simple, right? But of course, we have multiple of different type of report. You can play around, you can choose, right? For the new user, I would like to suggest you to use bracket simple, all right? Because the report is simple possible, right? You can select others report. You can select your desired report lah. Okay. So over here, you will see the same thing. Your report header, right? Scroll down. Your invoice number, your quotation number, okay? Terms, dates, all right? Your customer information, all right? And then what you are selling, Samsung 25 Ultra, 5 unit, 1,005, and then I've got discount. Final price is 7,100. All right, then the total to pay is 7,100 only, right? And the notes here, if you feel like you want to add in your bank details or you want to add in few something others than this, then yeah, you can request from us. You can call us, and then we will help you as fast as possible. Because sometimes due to high traffic, we might respond slow. I'm so sorry for that. It's not our intention to respond slow, right? We will try to respond as fast as possible. Okay. So over here, done, no problem. Then you can just close the screen. Okay, can close and close. So over here you will see invoice. Okay. So let's say you're not using quotation, you want to directly issue invoice, and no problem. You just go to invoice, just press new. Okay, you can just press, let's say, the same customer. Let's say the same item code. So you see just now is 20, now become 15 because just now I sell out 5 units. So let's say I not want to sell 2 units only. So 2 units, no discount, just press save. Alright, just like that. End of story. Okay, so actually on the invoice part, also same. We also got my invoice. You just click submit e-invoice. Okay, today I'm not going through it so far and details because I don't have this I'm not doing this e-invoice submission thing. Let me share where it's loading. Because e-invoice topic is not today's topic, but I just roughly show you all so you all will have a picture. All right. So yeah, something will happen like this. You can just cancel and then you can just close. Okay. Then over here you will see your status become submitted. Submitted, which means not yet submit to LHDN. You still need to resubmit. Okay, you still need to resubmit until you saw a valid. Until you saw you valid. Valid only is end of story. Not yet valid is not yet end of story. So you still need to submit this information. Okay, you can close this screen. So let's say after I sell, and then suddenly got one item spoiled. The customer call, hey, your phone one got battery issue, right? Or any issue like damage issue or banned or spoiled, anything. Then over here you will see credit note. Credit note. Press here, press new, select your customer. Then remember from your credit note, the wording here, just right hand click. Okay, then transfer from sales invoice. So we have two invoices. So let's say the recently one that have issue that delivered 2 items, got 1 item is with problems. So I just press 1, transfer quantity 1, and I press OK. Alright, then you just press save. Do you want to knock off? You just press yes, I want to knock off this invoice. Okay, just as simple as that. Always remember if you got spoiled, damage, or returns, right? Especially returns, credit notes. Okay, you must always transfer from your sales invoice, right? You must always transfer from your sales invoice. If not, the calculation of the stocks cost will be run. Right? The calculation of the stock cost will be run. Okay, always remember that. After done, you can just close the screen. Okay, after you do so much, also we want to do payment. So let's say we want to go customer. So before we ask for payment, of course we want to see how much this customer is owing us. So you can go to customer statement or SOA, statement of account. Okay, so let's say apply, preview. So over here, you'll see So over here, you will see the total holding from eStream is 8,600 after knockoff deducted 1,500. Okay, so over here you will see one thing called P. What is this P mean? P means partial payment, right? It's a partial payment. Okay, so let's say now I want to do payment. I receive the customer payment. So I go to customer payment, press new, select my customer on my left hand side. Okay, then you will see two invoices that I have created. Then you will see one for outstanding become 1,500. Why? Because of the sales credit notes. If you still remember, the sales credit note has knocked off the 1,500. Okay, so let's say today my customer want to pay for 7,100 only. Press, you just tick and then save. Okay, over here, because I didn't put in the pay amount, then you ask you on the apply amount, you just press yes. And from here, you will move up to your paid amount. All right, then you can just close this screen. Then we go see again customer statement. So I select customer only, apply. So we have 6 months, also 12 months, up to you. Okay, you can play around, you can choose which report that you wanted. Okay, so over here you will see something different. Okay, so you will see another symbol which is star symbol. Star symbol which means full payment. All right, star symbol which means full payment. Okay, if you see a P payment, which means it's a partial payment, which means this invoice not yet paid in full. Until it paid in full, it will become same like this star symbol. Okay, then if you drag it down, then you will see if this customer will own us more than 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months and above, then it will appear accordingly based on the month. All right, based on the transaction month. Then you can close this screen. Close. Same apply to your supplier. Right. This is the trick to use your SQL accounting to easily understand better and know how to use more easier. Right. Once you know how to key in one side, the other side eventually you will master it because it's identical. Also have supplier statement. So we can go to supplier statement and then we can search our supplier, apply. Okay. And again, so if you have Q&A, if you have questions, yes, you can ask first. After my training session, I will have a Q&A session. So don't worry. Okay, you guys can ask after that. So after that, I will go through your question one by one. All right. So over here, it's the same thing. Okay. Now I want to do payment for this Vsoft. I want to do payment for Vsoft. Okay. I go to supplier payment. Press new on my right hand side. Select the Vsoft. All right. So you can do part payment also, no problem. Or you want to do full payment, up to you. Okay. So I want to full payment on this one. Save. Yes. Then you will be going up. If you want to do part payment also can. So now I want to do 1,000 ringgit only. Save. Right. So you will see the amount is the exact amount of the invoice, the outstanding, which means your outstanding not yet paid to this supplier. Okay. So when we go and view the statement again, Sorry, let me filter by Vsoft only. Line. So over here, the same thing. There will be only two symbol, right? They won't be have three symbol. If you have three symbol, quickly call SQL, right? Quickly call Vsoft SQL for support, because I also won't believe there's a three symbol lah, right? So over here, you will see star symbol that I explained before is fully paid. Okay, P is partial payment. If you don't know which payments for which account, actually you will see one I logo over here, show details. When you press this show details, then you'll see this payment voucher has been knocked off 7,500. Okay, this payment voucher has been knocked off 1,000. All right, no problem. Close this screen. Okay, then I can go to general ledger. After you've done everything over here, I can go to general ledger. Okay, so if you got any related to your claims or expenses, you can do whether journal entry or cash flow entry, up to you. All right, today I'm going to teach you all cash flow entry, which is easier for everyone to understand. You can press new PV. You can press new PV. And then let's say I want to pay to myself. So Senyo want to claims, want to do petrol claims. Okay, want to do toll claims. Want to do sales commission claims. Right? So let's say Sanyong petrol claim is 500, toll is 200, commission is 500. Okay, example, right? All this is example. You just press save. Okay, end of story. So if you got water and electricity bills, you still also can do this new payment voucher. Okay, let's say water and electricity. Yeah. Okay, let's say my water and electricity total sum up is 800. And you just press save. And also if your office or warehouse got rental on the paid, then you can just key in rental fee. Key in rental. See? Enter. So let's say your rental is about 200, 2,500 lah. Right? You can press save. Okay? Just key in everything, every data, every cost, every expenses, so that when you view your profit and loss, everything is in order. Okay, this is how you do your payment voucher. Okay, for your rental fees, right? Water, electricity, also your staff claims, or also you want to do EPF, SOXO, EIS, also can be done over here, no problem. Or you want to use journal entry, also can, right? Either one, no problem. Then you can do bank reconciliation over here. You can select this bank reconciliation, press new, select your bank statement, and then select your bank account. Okay, then you will appear over here. Then you must key in your bank statement closing. So let's say I receive my bank statement is about 30,000. Okay, so system calculate bank closing, you won't able to edit or change or anything, because this one system will calculate you based on what you have ticked. Right? Understand? So before you do this tick, actually we also have one powerful function, which is load statement. Okay, you can load this statement. What to load is you can download down soft copy PDF file from your bank. Okay, doesn't matter what bank you are, Maybank, Public Bank, Hong Leong Bank, whatever bank Okay, you can download, export as PDF file, the bank statement. Then you can just press this load and then load the PDF file that you has exported. Okay, most of the data, the system, if there's no duplicated or there's no complications lah, all right, there's no have complication, then system itself will automatically tick for you. Okay, if there's a multiple like 1000, 1000, 1000, then system might not tick for you. You must tick for yourself. Okay, you must double check, double confirm. Okay, what is this? What is this? And then you can tick, 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 tick. Right? This is how you do your bank reconciliation. Right? After you're done, you just press save. Right? As simple as that. Over here, you also can key in your maintain stock value. Right? Over here, you also can key in your maintain stock value. So over here, you can key in your stock value by monthly. Okay, certain company, they say, oh, I just key in the stock value by the end of the year, only December, also can, up to you. Okay, this one will reflect on your profit and loss. All right, you close this screen. And then, okay, after we talk so much, talk so long, actually, the boss like to see is profit and loss. All right, profit and loss. So we have a lot of report. Today I'm going to show you this year 2 column only. Alright, this year 2 column, which means total of this year that I have done. I applied. After I apply, I preview. Okay, let me make it bigger. Give me a moment. Let me drink some water. Okay, so sorry, I'm back. All right, so over here you will see your statement of comprehensive income, or so-called P&L, profit and loss. All right, so this is the breakdown that we have done so far today training. All right, from A until Z. So you'll see revenue. All right, so today we have done revenue about 10,100, and then revenue adjustment, which is the CN, the credit note that we have done. So you will see your net sales is about 8,600 only. Right, then you'll see your cost of goods sold. Right, cost of goods sold. Then we have purchased around 18,500 only. So this one will be deducted. All right, then you will see your gross profit or loss. If you see a bracket over here, which means you are at a loss. Okay, your company is at loss about 9,000. Okay, understand? All right, then furthermore down, breakdown, then you will see your expenses. Right, earlier we have key, remember? So you add up all your expenses, it's about 4,500. Okay, because you already negative on your gross profit. So because expenses is also need to deduct, so it's a negative plus negative, so it's about 14,000. So your net profit or loss, if you see a bracket, which means you are at loss. All right, so your net is at loss at the moment. So we put it down again, then you will see the breakdown of net profit or loss after tax. Okay, you see your retained earning brought forward and also retained earning carried forward. So brought forward as in my last year. Okay, thankfully last year my company is earning, so it's still earning after deduct my net loss. Okay, can I understand? All right, so far so good. Okay, I think most of the basic thing that you all need to understand or know or see or check, roughly like that. So let me think. Yeah, then mostly it's like that lah. As simple as that. Actually, SQL is very simple. Only as you use, if you are a new user, you just use for 1 week, you master it very fast. All right, as long you are using it daily. Okay, as long you are using it daily. Okay, so I see a lot of question over there. So let me check your guys' questions. Okay, so actually the training almost at the end. So let me see your all question one by one. All right, let me see your all question one by one. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Actually, we can go through the Q&A session. So Q&A session, so you guys will have more understanding how to use, or you guys, if you guys need me to show another one more time or whatever, so you guys can type in the chat box. So I will guide you all one more time. All right, I can guide you all one more time. Okay, so let me go through the first question. My company is a tuition center and my customer are my student. They pay monthly fees. How to process their account? Okay, for the tuition center, you just go to you just go to customer, maintain customer over here. Okay, you just, whenever you want to create your students, you just press new. Let's say I'm your student. Okay, let's say I'm your student. I'm attending your tuition. All right, and then the first company name, you can key in their student name. The second one is you can key in their IC number. Okay, example, this is their IC number. Okay, the address part you can key in lah. Okay, just fill in, attention. Maybe you can put their parent names, and then the phone number you can key in their parents' phone number also. Okay, give me a moment. Give me a moment. My screen jam. Wait. All right, done. Sorry. So over here, you will see this is how you create your student. This is how you create your student. Right? For Michael K. All right. And then let me move on to a second question. Alicia, understand that we don't have to do month-end closing or year-end closing, but how to make sure we would not accidentally amend something in previous year that have already audited or wrongly issue an invoice of previous month. Okay, Alicia, is a very good question that you asked this question, right? This question is a very good question. So how to prevent that the year, let's say 2024, okay, 2024, oh, I have audited, I've closed already this accounting. I don't want to touch or I don't want to see, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to edit anything. Okay, so how do I do this? I go to tools over here. Okay, I go to tools over here. Then you will see this maintain acceptable transaction date. Okay, so read properly. Acceptable transaction date class. So it's only accept the date that you want to key in. So let's say I want to accept only, sorry, until so you just key in your acceptable transaction date and then you just press save. So whatever date fall out of this 2025, okay, you key in 2024 or 2023, then it will appear a message to tell you that, hey, you have keyed in out of this transaction date. So you are not able to save it. Okay, But this is only the first step. The second step, you need to go to your user, tools, maintain user, right? Tools, maintain user. Okay, you need to double click your users. All right, only applicable to non-admin. Okay, admin, whatever you edit for the access right, you will always be able to make changes. Okay, because admin is very powerful. Okay, because we got one time that a very smart customer, all right, he accidentally untick everything for admin, then he cannot in anymore. So that's why admin, however you edit, also cannot. All right, so you just go to access control over here, and then over here you go to tools, find the group tools. All right, okay, there's a two things you need to untick. So you need to untick this, maintain acceptable transaction date. Okay, you need to accept the transaction date. All right, so just now my screen jam. All right, then you put it down away. Then you will see over here, override acceptable transaction date, and tick this two. So whenever they key in the data on the year more than, out of this year, 2025, they will not able to save. All right, you will have access denied. Right, you will have access denied. Okay, you are not able to save unless with the admin right. Okay, they will always need to go through your site lah. Right, I hope that solved your question for Alicia. Okay, okay, for the Xiaomi 2024, what is the difference between using supplier invoice and purchase invoice? Actually, it's very simple. Just remember something like this. Supplier invoice is without stock. Okay, just remember, supplier invoice is without stock. Okay, supplier invoice is without stock. Just remember that. And then purchase invoice is with stock. As simple as that. Okay, but because of the e-invoice coming, so I would suggest you to use only purchase invoice even though you don't have stock item. Okay, you can just key in new, select your supplier. Okay, you no need to key in, you no need to fill in your item code also, you can just key in. Okay, example, okay, you just fill in your quantity, unit price, and then you just press save. Also can, no problem, if you don't have item code, because I believe certain customer don't have item code, they only need to key in the data. Yes, you can do like this, no problem. Why must do in the purchase invoice is because you need to do submission for e-invoice. You need to do submission for e-invoice. Okay, understand? All right. Talk about this. Actually, we got one more powerful function on the my invoice in the future that I saw foresee. Okay, because thankfully you are using SQL. We also have this powerful function. So you see batch import. All right, you can press this one. Let's say I apply for today dates only. Apply. This is the thing I want to show you all. So this is the the supplier has been submitted to LHDN My Invoice Portal. All right, has been submitted to LHDN My Portal. So you see just now that I submitted this one. Then you will see it will be appear over here. Then I can select my item code. So which means that in future, actually you don't even need to do your purchase invoice. You just need to import only. So you see the picture now? So actually it's as simple as that. It's a powerful function, right? So in future that I foresee that actually you guys no need to key in any more purchase invoice, okay? Until they submit the invoice, then you just pull the data, okay? The sender code, you just fill in the your sender, your supplier name lah, okay? Because I don't have the eSIM, so I just select Resolve, and then I can select my item code. If you have item code, you can select. If you don't have, you can just ignore, and then you can just press import. Okay, you can just press import, but you tick first import. Okay, I believe today LHDN website is a big jam now. Usually once I press import, it will be very fast. Become slow is because of the LHDN. Too many people import at the same time. Okay, we do encounter this kind of issue. It's not about SQL slow. I'm so sorry, not, but it's because of the LHDN website is flooded at the moment. Okay, it's flooded at the moment. So I hope that solved your question for the Xiaomi. All right. Uh, for Alicia question again. Show the correct way of doing daily backup. Okay. Yeah. Because of the gem already, I also cannot show at the moment. Wait, let me reset. Give me a moment. Okay, I reconnect. Okay, I'm back. For the daily backup, you just go to top left hand side, file. Okay, you can go to your backup database. Backup database. Okay, then you want to backup to where? You just plus. Okay, local storage. This one just add one time only. So you want to backup in your desktop or download file or in your pen drive or in your Google Drive. You can just add, and then you just select the folder, and then you just backup. Okay, just like that. As simple as that. Okay, for the backup for Alicia question. Okay, for next question is Alicia again. Some customer will offer a special selling price not accordance to stock file. How to do it? Okay, so some customer will offer special price not according to stock file. Like mentioned earlier, so when you do one customer, so let's say I take LD Silver as example. So this is the preset. Okay, you can directly give the discount or the special price. But if this customer is a special price every time when you want to do, then actually in our stock over here, stock item over here, we got customer price. We got customer price. So we can select our customer. Okay. So even though it's preset over here 650 ringgit, then if you got do extra over here customer price, then you can select your customer. Then this customer want to do 500. So whenever I select this customer, whenever I select this item code LD silver, then it will become 500 instead of 650. Right, this one is an additional module. So if you don't see these options, so you can call up our Microsoft SQL support to help you to do this additional module. Right, it's an additional cost for you also lah, for Alicia question. So okay, for JB HCR answer. If you purchase materials from supplier and consign to our manufacturing contractor to produce finished good, how do I record the in and out? Okay, if we purchase materials from supplier, okay. So we purchase, then we consign to our manufacturing contractor to produce the finished good. Okay, for this part, actually we got this production module or so-called BOM module. Okay, BOM of materials module. You can check. Okay, you can check. Right, we will have item assembly and also job order. Okay, I roughly show it to you. Okay, select the customer or supplier. Okay, or because you are not want to do assembly. Okay, sorry. This one is production item assembly plus. Okay, add your item code. Okay, some setting need to do. Okay, for further information, you can call and ask for this how to do. Right, I just roughly show it to you so you have an idea. So for this BOM-01 black, inside you have BOM components, bill of materials components. Okay, inside here it can be preset in our maintain stock item. Right, so whenever you select this item code, then everything it will appear inside here. Okay, doesn't matter it's a raw materials. All right, so over here that you want to do how many quantity you can select. So you want to do 5 quantity, 6 quantity, okay, you can do. Okay, then you can put in the location in your contractor first. All right, or you just key in, then you press save. Okay, so for the location part, you can key in your manufacturing contractor location or name. Okay, you can save, and then by the time they done, so location you can change it to your HQ again or default location, so which means it's done already. Okay, I hope that solved your question. If not solved yet, then actually you can call up and ask for better understanding for JB Hisia question. Alicia again. Rental self-bill will be done in cash flow entry. Yes, rental self-bill can be done in the cash flow entry. Yes, journal entry cannot do self-bill, correct. Journal entry don't have self-bill. Okay. For the GL, journal entry won't have any my invoice related. Okay. For the rental self-bill, yes. You can click this, you will see the my invoice. Okay. It can be done for the self-bill. For Alicia question again, can explain a bit on local debit tax and credit tax in journal, ledger, journal entries. Okay, for the debit tax and credit tax, usually last time is because of GST. Okay, so if you have SST, also have the tax. Okay, so the debit tax is inclusive with the tax. It's just as simple as that. Okay, if you don't have SST, okay, so you don't need to know, actually don't need to know about debit tax and credit tax, not related to you at all. But if you have SST, then you will have whether it's a sales tax or service tax, then when you insert inside, it will include it in the credit tax or debit tax in the journal entries. Right? Hope that solved your question for Alicia. For ZC question, can I do FOC for customer? If yes, how I issue the invoice? Yes, you can do FOC, no problem. Okay, you just go to sales invoice. All right, new, select your customer. Okay, select your item. Let's say I want to do LD silver. So the cost price you just put 0. Then it will become FOC. If it's not that, you can try FOC also can, no problem. Then customer will be alert. Oh, this one is FOC, that's why it's 0. Also can, no problem. As simple as that. Okay, for ZC question. I hope that solved your question. And then for JB HCR again, how do I restrict our salesman to only use the quotation and don't want them to use GL stock and others? All right. Thank you for WT helping to answer. Yes, actually you can call up the support to set a user only using the quotation. The same thing that I showed earlier, the tools, maintain user, okay, tools, maintain user, okay, and then I go to sales, okay, over here, more, down arrow, access control, access control. So over here, inside here, you will see a lot of things, okay. You might be very kanchong already, okay, don't kanchong, very easy, you just see on the top. So let's say today you want to block GL, you want to block customer, want to block supplier, then you just find, excuse me, so you just find your GL, see GL, highlight, okay, you just click one time over here, and then you just scroll it down, hold your shift on your keyboard, hold your shift on your keyboard, okay, then you press reward, then everything will be unticked, then you just press save. So the next time this salesperson log in using sales, then he will not able to access your GL. Alright, he will not access to your GL. Okay, I hope that solved your question. Okay, so for 1+ question, can show again on cash entry module. What do you mean by cash entry module? I don't understand. I think maybe you are asking for cash flow entry, is it? So if you are asking for cash flow entry, I will go through again. You just go to your general ledger, GL, and then you just go to cash flow entry, and then you just press new on my right hand side, new payment voucher. Okay, you just can type payment to who, okay, and then just key in the details. Okay, I hope that solved your question for 1+. If not, then please maybe you can write it down again for a clearer question. Right, for Xiaomi again, can show again how to do bank reconciliation. Okay, no problem. For bank reconciliation, it's just as simple as that. You just go to GL, bank reconciliation, okay, press new on my right hand side, okay, then select your bank statement date. Let's say I want to do for the excuse me, for the April, select for my bank, okay, then apply, okay. So you can load your statement, your bank statement, you can export it to PDF file. You can export it to PDF file, and then load your PDF file inside. Then the figure, if it's match, the system actually will automatically fetch for you. Okay, all right, I hope that solved your question also for Xiaomi. So for the next question, for user question, how does a security service company operate? I mean, we provide service, not good. Okay, how does a security service company operate? Oh, you mean how do you operate? Okay, so for a security service company operate, usually I believe you all don't have stock also, right? You guys just issue invoices to your customer, right? So you don't need to key in your stock item, right? That's the first thing. Then you just go to your select your customer, and then you just plus, and then just key in security for April month. Then you just key in one, let's say 1,000. Okay, as simple as that. Then you press save. Can you show again how to create the letterhead company? Okay, no problem. Just remember, go to top left hand side, company profile, okay, fill up your company details over here, okay, fill out your company details over here, and then make sure you got key in phone number. Due to e-invoice is compulsory. Due to e-invoice is compulsory. Doesn't matter it's an office number or it's a telephone number. Both is accepted, no problem. Okay. If your company is registered under SSM, you can press this powerful search button. Then it will appear this. You just press OK. Then your register number, your TIN number, everything will come in. Right? Then you press this report header. Okay. Then on my bottom left hand side over here, you will see set report header. Wait, let me drag it down a bit. Then you will see set report header. Press one time. Okay, it will appear as it is. Okay, I hope that solved your question for user. Then you just press save lah. Right? If you have logo, you can load your logo, just right hand click and then load your logo. Alright. I hope that solved your question for user. For JC question, we need to create a supplier account for landlord. For landlord, actually, you no need to create. You can just use my method just now, which is GL, general ledger. Alright. And then cash book entry. Okay. Press new PV. So you can just type in your landlord name, also can, no problem. Or the office name or whatever. Alright. And then over here, you just key in your rental. Let's say you're paying for rental. Okay. So you just key in your amount. Okay. Actually, you don't need to create supplier account for your landlord also. Just like that for JC question. But if you want to create, also no problem. Okay, up to you. But no need to create. Okay, actually no need. For Xiaomi question, hey, you mean all purchase we need to submit by ourselves again, not seller issue? Okay, this one is a good question. All purchase we need to submit by ourselves again. Actually, it depends. If your opposite supplier, which is opposite supplier, is not doing the submission, might happen, then you need to submit on behalf of them, which means you need to submit yourself, not again. Okay, but if they submitted to LHDN, then yes, you can skip this part. You don't need to do self-bill, you don't need to do consolidate for purchase part. Okay, for purchase part, you don't need to do anything for Xiaomi question. Right? This one is a good question. So bear in mind, if supplier got submit on behalf of you, then yeah, you don't need to do submission for e-invoice. If they don't, then yes, you need to do the submission on behalf of them. Okay, I hope that solved your question for Xiaomi. For SL Chan question, the purchase invoice import from LHDN is capture the purchase invoice date or the date of supplier submitted their e-invoice. If the supplier submit us consolidated e-invoice, still able to trace and import from LHDN? Yes, as long as they got submit to LHDN. Doesn't matter it's a consolidate or it's a it's an e-invoice submission. We can trace and import from the LHDN. Right? The invoice date and capture. Yes, it will capture the invoice date, not the date of their submitted e-invoice. Okay, so they will they is their purchase invoice date. Yeah, it's their sales invoice date. So when you import, it will follow their invoice date, not the submitted invoice date. Right? I hope that solved your question for SL Chan. All right. For admin, if customer pay by touch and go, how do I record? Okay, if you want to segregate the types of account, okay, if you want to split the account, you want to check, okay, so from over here you can key in your touch and go, highlight, press new. Okay, example. So the next time you can select your touch and go, but If you not need to segregate your data, you don't need to split. You just want to check your whole data, then you don't need to do this part lah. All right, because touch and go also will go to your bank. All right, if you are using personal, then yeah, you will not record. But if you are using your touch and go bank, then you will go to your company bank also. So you want to use directly your bank account also can, or you want to segregate your data also can, no problem. All right, I hope that solves your question for Evan. If no, you can just ask again. All right. WT question can show how to do contra for customer and supplier. Yes, it's very simple. Sometimes we will have our this one customer also will become our supplier, or our supplier will also become our customer. Okay, so the first part you need to do is make sure that this detail of the customer, okay, is also have in the supplier. Okay, now I do one very quick simple for you. So I have everything under control. Right, then I just go to the supplier contra over here, press new. All right, then I press new again. Then I press select my supplier. Boom. All right, because I didn't do any invoices. If you have invoices, you can be knocked off lah. Right, then I just press. You can add in the amount, contra amount. Let's say it's 5,000. Okay, then you just press. Sorry, accident. Press wrong. Okay, then you just press save. While you press save, then because you need to do two parts. After you done your supplier contra, you need to go to your customer contra also. Okay, go to customer contra over here. This is the thing that we created just now. Okay, May 9, double click, edit. Select your customer again. If you, like I said earlier, if you got invoices that you want to knock off, then you can tick. Okay, so let's say this invoice want to knock off on that particular sales invoice. This sales invoice want to particularly knock off for the purchase invoice. Yeah, just do like that. As simple as that. Then you will see your supplier and customer contra over here, the amount. All right. I hope that solved your question for WT. If pay on behalf, no same company and two contract can also can, no problem, because sometimes maybe it's a parent account and also it's a sub account. Yes, you can do that also. You can select the supplier. All right, you can select a different. Okay, you can select different. So maybe A Home is a parent account, Dream Villa is the child account. Okay, because I have knockoff, so that's why I cannot. Oh yeah, because once you do, cannot change anymore. I remember. Luckily still can, because just now got knockoff. Then you just tick and then save. All right. So this one is parent account. This one is child account. Can be done, no problem for WT question. Okay. Welcome. So can we add Chinese name on our letterhead? Yes, you can, no problem. You just key in your company on your letterhead over here. You can key in your company Chinese word, no problem. Because my laptop don't have Chinese word, so I cannot show you all. So sorry. You just key in. Okay, then it will appear on your Chinese name on your letterhead. No problem. All right. For Malaysia question. For WT question again, may I ask if my invoice date 4th of 30, the deadline to submission is when? Okay, for e-invoice, because they are changing time to time, so I cannot give you an exact answer. So sometimes they say, the latest that I heard is 7 days. Okay, the latest that I heard is 7 days, but the latest news that I read earlier on, okay, you can drag 1 to 2 months. 1 to 2 months. So let's say your date is on the 4th, sorry, 30 of April. 30 of April, you can drag 2 months, maximum 2 months before you do submission e-invoice. All right, but for my information, for your information, sorry, for your information, if this invoice is completed, please do not drag, just do submission, just in case that our beloved government give you all love letter, right? The love letter, which is samana, easy to say, all right, to avoid all these unnecessarily hiccups. Okay, if you don't have any need to amend, then yeah, you can just submit. Okay, you can just submit, but you can drag 1 to 2 months. Okay, but today, what I say 1 to 2 months, maybe the next following weeks or next following month they change again. Okay, this one you can still refer back to your company, sorry, your auditor or accountant. It's better. Okay, for Xiaomi question, it's compulsory to use my invoice request format in the system to print our invoice. Okay, no problem. You're welcome. So it's not compulsory to use my invoice request in the system. Okay, it's not compulsory at the moment. Okay, it's optional. Okay, it doesn't compulsory at all. It's based on your needs. All right, it's based on your needs. All right, if you don't need to use the my invoice request, you can just ignore. Okay, those started in the 1st of January. Okay, they are also not using my invoice request. Okay, so it depends on yourself and your company. Okay, I hope that solve your question for Xiaomi. For Edwin question, if we sell pastry where all the customers are different, only purchase once or never, we need to create new customer profile for each and everyone. Good question. Actually, for this question, you can just create one customer, right? And then customer, you can just create cash sales or walk-in, whatever name you think of. Okay, you can just create cash sales, walk-in customer. All right. Then whenever you create this customer, I mean, it's a not frequent customer, it's just high buy customer. Then you can just directly select this cash sales or walk-in customer, and then do the transaction. All right, then end of story. No problem. Can be done. All right. I hope that solves your question for Edwin. For expenses, can we have parent account and sub account? Yes. No problem. You can. You just go to GL, ledger report, maintain account, scroll to the most bottom. Okay, if you are the parent under this petrol, who claim under who claim? Let's say, give me a moment. So let's say now 919-001. Can, no problem. All right. If you have one more, Ali bin Abu. Sorry. Okay, you can have multiple level. Okay, so maybe under Sanyong got another stuff. Okay, in our SQL accounting, we can handle multiple level of parent account. All right, multiple of sub account also can, no problem. All right, thank you. Welcome. For Beam Lam, how to close the year end? For the year end, system automatically will cut off for you. You no need to do any year end. Whenever you apply your profit and loss, the date, it will based on your, this one initially I show you all. Wait. Yeah, sorry. Options, general ledger, you will based on your financial start period. Okay, it will automatically cut off. You don't need to do any setting. You don't need to do any setting. All right, the system automatically will cut off for you. Okay, no need to do cut off for you. Okay, automatically can be done for the bin lump. For Alicia question, if our customer need a normal invoice only under his name and do not want e-invoice, so we just consolidate this particular invoice. Yes, you can do that. You can just consolidate this e-invoice, no problem. All right. Or before you submit the e-invoice, you can also print out this invoice first. Okay, you can also print out this invoice first before you submit to invoice. Right? Because after you submit to consolidate, you will also have a QR code. Okay, doesn't matter you submit through consolidate or through the invoice. All right, it will have the QR code and UUID automatically generated. All right, after you submit. Okay, I hope that solved your question for Alicia. All right, no worries, welcome, no worries, welcome. I'm just doing my part, no worry. Okay, since we are all way past our time of the training, I'm so sorry I'm dragging so long, because now it's actually it's Q&A question, right? So if you guys got think of any more questions, don't understand, or if you cannot think of any question at the moment, so if you have more question want to ask, yes, you can ask us or you can call us. Sometimes if call cannot, then try to WhatsApp us, right? Because sometimes our call actually a lot of entering. Okay, we want to answer, but we answer the first one first. After the first one, then after you finish the call, then you also wait too long already. I'm so sorry for that. All right, this is not our intended intention. We will like to help and solve your problem as fast as possible also as well. All right, if there's no more question, I will give 3 more minutes. I will end our meeting in 12:10. All right, 12:10. All right, so you guys can post more the question. If I'm talk too fast or I'm not clear, I'm so sorry for that. I'm still learning. All right, I'm still learning also. All right, so sorry. So okay, I saw got Edwin. Edwin got one more question. If we engage subcon to do work for us, can we do payment voucher instead of key in supplier name? Yes. For the subcon you can do in the cash book entry. Yes, you can do that. You no need to key in your supplier name. It's extra. No need to do. You just do payment voucher, and then you just do the your subcon name. Whether you want to do the subcon name or your subcon company name also can. Let's say the subcon is Ali bin Abu. Okay. Then you just key in the data, and then you just click save. Okay. You can select subcon. Okay, because I didn't create the subcon, right? You can create subcon, and then you select this subcon, and then key in the amount, and then key in save. Just like that, as simple as that for the admin question, right? You no need to create supplier name, right? It's very extra lah, if you ask me. Just skip that part. It's very extra. All right. Another question for Edwin. For example, hiring foreigner maids to clean up our shop. Yeah. Correct. You can just do payment voucher. It's the same method. Okay. You can just do payment voucher, and then you can just key in maybe maybe office refreshment. Sorry, not refreshment. Maybe office expenses. Yeah, you can key office expenses and then fill in the amount, the payment, and then just click save. Okay, do you need to submit to LHDN? Okay, depends on your subcon. If your subcon not submitting this e-invoice, then yes, you need to submit on behalf of them. How do you know? System SQL won't know, okay, whether they got submit or not. You need to ask. This one you need to ask. Okay, system cannot know. I'm so sorry for that. So you need to ask them. All right, you need to ask them whether they got submit this invoice or not. If they don't, then yeah, you need to do submission for here self-bill. Over here more, select self-bill. All right. If it's an individual without company, yes, you can submit. If it's an individual, you must submit yourself. You must submit yourself. Okay. If it's an individual, you must submit yourself. All right. Understandable. Understandable. Because some is freelancer. Yes, understandable. So you can submit. No problem. You can submit. No problem. Okay, one more question from the YPL. Just now you say purchase invoice, no need item code, then account debit to where? Okay, very good question. It's a very, very good question. You just go to purchase invoice. All right. Over here, you will see a dash, dash, dash over here, item code left hand side, dash, dash, dash. Okay, click this one and then type A one time. Then you will see account code. You just tick this one. So from over here, you can select your desired account. Okay, you can select your desired account. Then it will credit and debit accordingly where you wanted. All right. If you didn't key in this one, okay, by default, system actually, so sorry. Sorry, too much already. Okay. See when you plus when you plus by system have this default already. Okay, as default account already. If you don't like this default account, you want to change. Okay, I don't want to post under this account. I want to post under another account. Yeah, you can select manually. No problem. For YPL question, right? Alright. For purchase invoice, if you don't have item code, yeah, you can no need to key item code, but you can select your account code also, no problem. Alright. Welcome, no problem. Okay, good. Alright. See if you guys have any more questions. If you guys don't have any more questions, then I'm very thankful for you all for attending this training session, for giving me chance to demo you all, to training you all. I'm still learning. I'm so sorry if I have talk less or maybe talk too fast or not clear. I'm so sorry for that. So anything that I miss out that you want to ask after this training, you still can ask. You still can call or WhatsApp us and then ask. All right. For sell me question, can show again how? No problem. You just go to your purchase invoice. All right. You just press new. All right. So this account actually is already there. You just need to click one time, come out already. So item code left hand side over here got one dash dash dash. Click one time. All right. You just need to tick. This account code. After you tick, then you will be out here. Even though you close this purchase invoice, the next time you want to see this account code, you still able to see this account. All right. For Vincent Chan question, yes. If you want to replay this training session, yes, you can call us or WhatsApp us to get this video. All right. You can call us or WhatsApp us to get this training session video. All right. Thank you so much. So, any more question? Yeah, welcome. Yeah, because SQL is very simple. Even the person don't know how to use SQL or don't know how to use software. I've encountered a few customers. They say, just like you, for JB Hisia, it's very easy to use SQL. Right? Just need to use about one to 2 weeks, then they will understand. All right, and then it's very simple. As long as you don't understand, you just ask. All right, you can look through the guideline from our website also, no problem. All right. All right, if nothing else, I shall end today training. Thank you all for giving me chance for training again for today. All right. Thank you all for attending. All right. Thank you all. Thank you. See you all again. If you guys have any more questions, please kindly just call or WhatsApp us to ask. All right. Thank you all. Goodbye. Have a nice day.